Welcome students, myself Dr. Satish Chandra Pandey, and we will discuss about operating system. First of all, what are the operating system? Operating system, in the general word, we can say that it is an interface between user and the hardware in the computer technology. In scientific language, an operating system is a program which acts as an interface between user and computer hardware. It controls and coordinates the hardware system such as CPU, memory, input-output devices, peripherals, etc. It is also called a resource manager. In simple word, we can say that it is a mediatory of user and hardware. What are the structure of operating system? There are various types of structures for operating system, but some common points for any type of operating system, we can say it is split into the layers, various types of layers. In this layer operating system, and each of them, the layer have distinct functionalities. Layering provides a distinct advantage in an operating system. All the layers can be defined separately and interact with each other as required. In simple word, there are various layers for any type of operating system, and all layers, each layer defines the exact value, correct value, functionality of for others. We can see the layered structure in the operating system. Generally, a layered design, first was the operating system. It has the 6 layers in that layer in operating system. In the first layer, that is layer 0, it is the hardware, internal parts. Layer 1, CPU scheduling. Layer 2, memory management. Layer 3, process management. Layer 4, buffering and input-output devices. And layer 5, user programs. These are the 6 common layers which are establishes the structure of any type of operating system. In the layer 0, that is hardware, in it we will discuss some points, some key points for that layers. In the hardware, this layer interacts the system with hardware and coordinates with all the peripheral devices such as printer, mouse, keyboard, scanner, etc. The hardware layer is the lowest layer in the layered operating system. Next layer is CPU scheduling. In this CPU scheduling, we can schedule any type of internal process according to functionality. This layer deals with the scheduling of the processes for the CPU. There are many types of scheduling. Queues are used to handle the processes. When the processes enter the system, they are put into the job queue. The processes that are ready to execute in the main memory are kept in the ready queue. CPU scheduling in the operating system, it is the most important part of any type of operating system. There are various types of operating system scheduling. We will discuss later. Next layer is the memory management. Memory management, in that category, we can manage all resources from inner bound to upper bound. It deals with memory and the moving of processes from disk to primary memory for execution and back again. This is handled by third layer of operating system. Process management, it is another layer. In this layer, the layer is responsible for managing the process, that is assigning the processor to a process at a time. This is known as process scheduling also. The different algorithm used for process scheduling are FCFS, first come first serve, SJF, shortest job, priority scheduling, round robin. These are the process scheduling. Next layer is input output buffer. In the input output, in this category, we can define input output devices are the very important in the computer system category. They provides users with the means of interacting with the system. What are given by the user and what we obtain to the user, this is defined by the input output layer. Next is the user programs. When we function for all system, then we interact with the user programs. This is the higher layer. It is the highest layer of the operating system. This layer deals with the many user programs and applications that run in an operating system, such as word processor, games, browsers, etc. In another word, we can say that when we create a program, when we create a setup for any operating system, it comes under the category of the user program. Next point is how an operating system takes the control. There are main 4 steps for taking the control of an operating system. When we switch on the computer system, certain logical steps takes place after the computer loads the operating system. This process is known as booting. These 4 steps for controlling of an operating system is shown below. First is the power on self test, abbreviated in POST. Then we comes under the category of BIOS routine, BIOS, basic input output system. Next is the boot sector reading, and last one is the configuration file reading. In the booting process begins with power on self test. In this step, computer checks itself the basic devices such as keyboard, mouse, printer, video, etc. These are in working condition or not. Then BIOS basic input output system perform checking the memory of the computer. Next is then BIOS reads the disk sector where files are needed to start the operating system. The area of the disk where their files are located is called boot sector. These files are very important for loading the operating system. Once files are loaded, few more configuration files are also required which contain what to do upon the start of the computer. The main thing, what are the services in the operating system? It provides functions that are very useful to the user. Some services are first user interface. Almost all operating systems have a user interface. It varies between the line graphics user interface. Another is batch program execution. The system must be able to load a program into memory and to run that program and execution. Input output operations. A running program may require input output which may involve a file or input output devices. Next is the file system manipulation. In it we can read and write the files and directories, create and delete them, search them, list of information, shared information, permission. These are configured in the file system manipulation. Another content is communication. Process may exchange information on the same computer or between the computer over a network communication. Error detection. In that category we can find out the various types of error which are generating by the operating system, which are obtaining by the operating system. In this category, it needs to be constantly aware of possible errors may occur in the CPU and memory hardware. Overall operating system services is shown in the following figure. In that figure, we can see that in the upper layer, user and other system programs. In that inner layer, GUI, batch, command line, user interface. It is in the same content in separate box. Then system calls, and then in another box program execution, input output operations, file systems, communication, resource allocation, accounting, error detection, protection and security. These comes in the another separate box. And then operating system, and last one is the hardware. These are the internal structure of the services of operating system. Now, what are the system calls? System calls. User program communicate with an operating system and request services from it by making the system calls. It is an services provided by the operating system, typically written in the high level language such as C, C++, etc. System calls can be grouped logically into the 5 major categories. First is the process control, second is the file management, third is the device management, fourth information maintenance, and last one is the communication. These 5 categories defines the system call. What are the functions of these system calls? There are various functions which are covered by the system calls. In that functions there are some common functions also, such as process control. It can end abort this program, load execute another program, create terminate the program, get set process attribute. These generally 4 process functions of process control. Another example for file management: create, open, read, write, close, delete, modify. These category comes under the file management. Another is get set attributes. In the device management, request, read, write, release device them, logically attach, detach devices. Same as for further process, we can apply this. Now, the main content is process. What is the process in the operating system? A process is the instance of a program in execution. A process is the smallest unit of the work individually schedulable by an operating system. It is the smallest unit. The main part is it is the smallest unit of operating system. Now, what are the process state? When we can execute any process, it comes in the category of process states. There are various types of process states. As a process executes, it changes the state. The state of a process is defined in the part by the current activity of that process. Each process may be in one of the following state during the time of execution. The process states, these are new, running, waiting, ready, and terminated. These 5 are the part of the process state. In the new, we can see the process is being created. The main function is new. The process is being created. Running, in that category, instructions are being executed. Waiting, the process is waiting for another event to occur. Ready, the process is waiting to be assigned to a processor. Terminated, the process has finished the execution. These are the process state. We can see the diagram of the process state in the operating system. Here new, ready, waiting, running and terminated. These are 5 categories and it is associated with one another in that diagrammatic structure. New is connected with ready and that means it will be admitted. Input output event completion, it is the in waiting and ready in between. Same as for other, this is the diagram of the process state. What are the process control block? Another part which is the relevant with the process state. First is the process, then process states and then process control block. Process, it is the smallest unit for any type of work. Process states, when it creates the work in which condition, that is in the process state, and who controls that state, it is governed by the process control block, PCB. In the operating system, each process is represented by a process control block. It is a data structure that physically represents a process in the memory of a computer system. It contains many pieces of the information associated with a specific process that includes R. In the process control block, there are various contents. In that contents, we are using some main such as process state, process number, process IDs, program counters, registers, memory units, list of open files, etc. These are the contents of the any process control block. Process state, there are running, waiting, terminated, etc. Program counter. What are the program counter? Location of the instruction to the next execute. It will be defined by the program counter. Next is CPU register. CPU register, content of all process centric registers. CPU scheduling information, that means priorities, scheduling queues, pointers, memory management information. Memory allocated to the process. Next is accounting information. CPU, what are used, clock time, segmentation, elapsed time, time limits. These comes under the accounting information. And another is input output status information. Input output devices allocated to a process, list of open files. These are the some contents of process control block. In the register, there are various types of registers. We can discuss process state, program counter, program IDs. Each of the content of process control block, it is the most important content for configuring a process controlling. In next lecture, we will discuss about types of operating system. What are the types of operating system? Thank you.